Hi guys, so work screwed me over today by telling me I can't come into work. So I made me some tea, and I'm gonna give you guys a game review because I haven't done one yet. So enjoy the low budgetness. Okay, so my first game review is a game that I have been addicted to since getting it really. Fallout New Vegas! This has easily become one of my favourite games of all time because it has so much gameplay, a lot of download content, and there's even an Ultimate Edition out which features a few missions and stuff that you don't get with the original. The story. The story of this game is that you are a courier who has been shot in the head and somehow survives, miraculously. And you are on a mission to find the guy who killed you and pretty much get revenge, I guess. And eventually in your journey you come to a massive place called New Vegas, which is Las Vegas after being hit by a few hundred nuclear bombs. So people are trying to rebuild their lives off that and gamble and stuff because the wasteland pretty much, well, sucks. And then you get to influence who gets New Vegas pretty much. So you could side with the NCR and get it all back to how it should be. Side with Mr. House, who is supposedly the head of all the gambling families, so you could have him just take over New Vegas. Or you could side with the Legion, who then turn New Vegas into a massive slave camp. So it's your decision on the fate of New Vegas. It's in your hands. And of course, along the way, if you've played games like Fallout 3, you sort of bump into a few people on the way, you make enemies, you make friends, you even get some companions. Everything from a little tiny robot that kind of floats like that, it's like all the way to a massive nightkin, which is basically a big-ass giant mutant that can go invisible. I know you want to have that on your team. And you sort of traipse through the Mojave Desert, as I said, making friends, making enemies, and getting influences in one group and being shunned from another or something. Or what game narrative boffins call sandbox. Which basically means you can do anything you want in any particular order, so you can create your own little story, you can perhaps do all the missions in one order and then do it again in a different order, and just basically create your own little narrative. The narrative possibilities are pretty much endless, which is what I really like because it's all based on your personal views and what you would do in that situation. And personally, that creates one hell of a game because you feel like you've influenced the game itself, the game narrative itself, in some way. So that's fun. I like that. That's cool. It is. You will agree with me. Combat systems. So of course, traipsing through the Mojave doesn't mean you're going to be greeted by butterflies, fluffy wuffy bears and leprechauns. There are some big old beasties, mutated bugs and giant geckos and half snake, half dog mutating things and stuff. So of course you'll need some weapons. So you get the old traditional shotguns and pistols and rocket launchers like you would in this day and age. And then you pick up things like plasma rifles, laser machine guns, laser Gatling rifles, plasma mines, EMP grenades, and a satellite gun that fires a massive laser from space. Well, it is set in like 2200. The music. So for some reason in the future everybody listens to songs from the 1930s, 40s and 50s. Why? But you've got some damn good tunes there though. On your Pip-Boy, which is like your little handheld device that shows you your stats and your inventory and all that kind of thing, you can turn on some radio. I mean, how cool is that? Hiking through the Mojave in your big old armor with your friends listening to some radio. I mean, it's like what you do in actual real life. It's cool! And you've got a choice of 3 different radio stations. Radio New Vegas, New Vegas Music, and Black Mountain Radio. And you get tunes from like Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, Marty Robbins, Guy Mitchell, Eddie Arnold, and Peggy Lee. So the music is really rather cool. Criticisms. Okay, even though this game is one of my favourites, like, ever, there still are a few points that I really don't like that much about it. For one, it's incredibly glitchy. I mean, you can at some points be seen floating in midair, walking through walls. I mean, who does that? Really? And at some points, it's so glitchy that you actually have to shut the game down and restart from a different point. And that's really annoying. And another thing is that it sort of bends the rules of physics a little bit. I mean, there was this one time where I shot that laser from space that I told you about, and hardly anybody died. I mean, who the hell would survive a huge laser blast from a satellite in space that covers like a mile radius and doesn't die? I mean, what are you, Superman? I mean, really? So yeah, that's a little frustrating. And why can't you sprint? I mean, I got chased by a huge mutating deathclaw thing, and I could run about -5 miles an hour, and he killed me. That is annoying. So in short, this game is one of my favourites because it has a lot of opportunities about the narrative, a good combat system, a lot of weapons that you can use, good soundtrack, and it's just a whole lot of fun to play. And apart from the minor criticisms, which could be solved by a better game engine, it's pretty cool. So I hope you enjoyed this little review. I know it's a little low budget, but I have no money because work is being a bit of a dick right now. So what is your favourite game of all time? If you'd like to say something, just put it in the comments section, or a video response if you wish to do your own review. And do the usual, follow me on Facebook and Twitter and stuff. Enjoy the rest of your day. Cheers.